welcome back to my channel. I was going to come on here and make a Friday Reads video where I chat about the books that I have been reading, but I made a vlog a few days ago and I have another vlog coming soon, and then this is the mid-month book bash and I'm going to be reading a lot. So briefly, I'll just tell you that so far in the last week or so, I finished 2 books, right? I finished, what was that called? A Likely Story, and I really like that. It was about a writer. It's about a man and his daughter and his wife, and they're all writers, they're all novelists in their own way, and the story of life as a writer and being the daughter of a writer and wanting to grow up and be just like your parents, even if you don't know exactly what that means. And I really enjoyed that book. So that was a NetGalley download. I look forward to when that book is published so I can hype it up, because I'll probably read it again. I read, I read a galley version and I don't know what will change, so want to read that again. Then I also read another NetGalley book, which was 7 Rules for Breaking Hearts by Kristen J. Miller. That one I didn't like as much. It's a NetGalley download, so I don't know what of the book will change when it is published. It was about two 20-something year old podcasters, and one of them, well, they have a podcast about encouraging women to stay single and the rules for staying single and having like hookups, and then one of them gets married or is about to get married, and so their focus of their brand has to shift. And so the one who's not getting married, she decides to conduct this little experiment, and so it's a romance, a little bit about that experiment and when it kind of blows up in her face. So what I liked about it was the fact that we explored a little bit of the influencer culture, the highs and the lows, the positives and the negatives, and the fact that the book also takes place on Catalina Island of California. And I've never read a book that showed that setting. And there's some interesting things that happen. Like, I didn't know that there were buffalo or bison on the island, and they talk a little bit about that. So there's some things that I really liked about that. So finished those 2 books, and I am currently reading like a lot of things. I said I was going to limit myself to 4 things, and I think I'm at my limit right now. I'm reading The Devil in the White City by Eric Larson. I'm reading Winesburg, Ohio. I am reading Giovanni's Room, still reading Giovanni's Room, and by James Baldwin. And I'm reading A Mercy by Toni Morrison, and I'm buddy reading that with the ladies. So yeah, those are the books that I have been reading assiduously. 4 things. Can't start anything new, even though all my books for the BookTube prize have come in from the library, so I'll just show them to you. So this is kind of, it's not quite a library haul, but kind of. These are the books that I have out from the library that I didn't show you before. Maybe I showed these to you in the vlog. I showed you some of them. But in any case, these are the books that I'm going to be reading to judge the BookTube prize. Nonfiction Group G in the octafinals round. Yeah, these are the titles. Stay True, Buster Keaton, A Filmmaker's Life. This is a big book. Like, this is a big book. I did not realize how big this book was going to be. It is over 700 pages. I need to start reading this because usually it takes me a while to read books like that. Then Amy Bloom by In Love, A Memoir of Love and Loss by Amy Bloom, and Manifesto by Bernardine Evaristo, and Dinners with Ruth by Nina Tottenberg. This is a memoir on the power of friendships, about her friendship with Ruth Bader Ginsburg, and Solito by Javier Zamora. These are the 6 books that I need to finish, must finish by the end of March. So you will hear me chat about those at the end of March. Like, I won't be able to talk about them while I'm judging the book, right, while I'm judging the prize. So these are the other books that I have gotten from the library. So I'll show you this because buddy reading this, I mentioned this, Winesburg, Ohio by Sherwood Anderson, and this is interconnected short stories set in the early 1900s, and I'm really liking those stories. They're very different. So other things, I'm sorry about the glare on these library books. So Trailblazer by Russell Banks was another title that Columbus had suggested that we read. So I have this because I requested it from the library, even though that's not the book that we're reading. We decided, well, that's not the book we decided on, but I had requested it anyway, so I have it. And then I have Goodbye Things by Fumio Sasaki. This is the new Japanese minimalism. Vernitra is one of my subscribers. She has her own channel. I'll link her down below if I remember. So when I said that I read the book, The Gentle Art of Swedish Death Cleaning by Margareta Magnusson, she mentioned that someone in her library had read that book and recommended it, and also recommended this other title about decluttering and minimalism. So, wow, this guy lives in a 215 square foot apartment in Tokyo, furnished with a small wooden box, a desk, and a roll-up futon pad. That's not me. That I never want that to be me, but I could do with getting rid of a few of my things. But I want to choose the things that I declutter. That's another story for a different time. I started this process of decluttering, and I told you guys about it, and I filmed a video about 4 months ago. I think that's when YouTube said the video went live. And then I filmed another video recently, and I couldn't get it to upload, so I deleted it, and I deleted a lot of that footage. But I will come on here one day and give you guys an update on my progress with decluttering. I know it doesn't look like it from the state of my shelves, but I am trying to lighten stuff out over here. In any case, other books that I've gotten from the library, like these are library books. They're going to go back to their home at some point, right? So this is The Bookwoman's Daughter by Kim Michelle Richardson. This is Libraries in Appalachia. I was watching Sean the Bookmaniac's video where he mentioned that Kendra, previously from the Reading Women podcast, she has a new podcast where she's talking about Appalachia, and he played like a clip from her video or from her podcast that demonstrated how to pronounce it. So I've always called it Appalachia, but it's Appalachia. Sorry. I hope I don't offend people when I mispronounce things. It's my Jamaican accent. I got this from the library. Jonathan Escoffrey's If I Survive You. I'm not sure if I showed you guys these books before. Clap When You Land by Elizabeth Acevedo. That's another one that I need to read soon. Sam by Allegro Goodman. I'm not sure why I requested this. Why did I request this book? Is it a part of... I don't remember. Slaughterhouse 5 by Kurt Vonnegut. I was supposed to read that for the challenge. Book challenge by Erin was the challenge that I'm participating. It goes from January to April, and it has 10 prompts. And one of the prompts was to read a book with prime number under 1,000 in the title. And I had chosen this because this is also on my list of books I want to read this year. So I chose this. But then I started reading 7 Rules for Breaking Hearts, so I replaced this title with that title, but I still have this. I still want to read it. I also have Killers of the Flower Moon by David Grann. This is another book that's on my list. And this is the, I think it's a duology, The Bookwoman of Troublesome Creek. I'm not sure which one is first. Yeah, I'm not sure which one is first. But I have both books, so I think this is a duology. I don't know if it's a bigger series. Jojo Moyes wrote this book, The Giver of Stars. I read that a couple of years ago about the pack women, the pack horse library in Kentucky. I think that deals with that same topic. So because Jojo Moyes is not from Kentucky, I read the book because I love her writing, but I think I would also want to read a book by someone who's from the area, so that's one of the reasons I requested that. And then I have The Lovely Bones by Alice Sebold. This is also a book on my book challenge by Erin. So yeah, those are some books that I have gotten out from the library recently, and I don't think I told you guys about them. So even though I have a TBR that I'm still whittling away at, I have all of these books also out from the library. So yeah, a lot of reading needs to get done around these parts, so vlogging and sharing that with you. But if you don't hear from me all the time, it's because I'm reading. So yeah, thank you so much for watching this video. Let me know in the comments down below, if you go to the library, if you've been to the library recently, what's the last book that you took home? Or, you know, if you're like me, you go to the library, like there's a whole stack of books in the holds, and you just take all of them home. Let me know all of those, because, you know, I'm always up to chat books with you guys. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. Give this video a thumbs up if you liked it. Subscribe if you want to see more. We'll be back soon with another video, and I hope you join me for it. Until then, happy reading. Bye.